My name is Artyom Kazanchan and I'm a director of Essence Video Production. I decided to make this documentary because I'm a living proof that Elena's method really works. I am very grateful to Elena for all her help and I want others to benefit from her magical healing powers. The purpose of this documentary is to help people with various health problems who cannot be physically present at Elena Arlova's clinic for treatment sessions.
Hi, my name is Val. I'm Elena's son, and since this is our family tradition to heal people, you might be interested in my explanation of her unique method. Well, some people might be skeptical about the time spent of her sessions. It's about 15-20 minutes. What can she do for this short period of time, you might ask? Well, the answer is a lot. It was a common belief, even 100 years ago, that this was a God blessing. God gave a power to one of the members of our family to heal people. But now there is more scientific explanation to it. I'm sure you watch TV and you know basic steps how it works. A TV box acts as a receiver and a sender. Well, this is very similar to this process. Elena acts as a sender and a receiver. She receives information or bioenergy from the space, as some people call it, and sends it to the patient's mind that activates a particular portion of the brain that recovers itself, spirit, and the body.
I was first introduced to Lena by a person that worked here who was also from the Soviet Union, and she gave some treatments to both my mom and I. You know, it's difficult to articulate something like this exactly to an American what she's doing. It involves sitting in a chair, closing your eyes, and listening to music, which sounds like preposterous hocus pocus to somebody who's used to real invasive medicine. I'm not sure that I believed it either at the beginning, but what occurred is I was having some difficulties. I had a large prostate, and obviously I'm a little bit young for that, and I had some very high blood sugar, which was borderline on diabetes, which had sort of was precipitating some other difficulties that I was having. So rather than go to the doctor and start with some of the insulin and what have you, what I decided to do was to give this person a shot, even though I didn't believe it. I did it anyways. The results were stunning. It's first thing is that it takes a while. It takes 7 or 8 treatments, sometimes 10, but in a course of about over the next 6 or 7 weeks, the prostate problem disappeared, and hence a lot of the numbness in my back. Basically, what she did is she brought my blood sugar back down to normal, and there really isn't any reason for it. The doctor about passed out when he saw it because he didn't understand how the blood sugar could drop that quickly. I was also having problems maintaining a steady weight between body fat and fluids and what have you. And I don't know what she did, but she sort of puts something, I think what she does is she just puts something into your brain that, allows it to, gives it the capability to cure itself. Because I also immediately dropped 10 or 12 pounds, just right off the bat, bang, and it happened kind of all at once. And it straightened around my blood too at the same time. So again, it's, for anybody who's watching this, it's going to seem like preposterous hocus pocus if you're used to, if you're used to conventional medicine. But if you, give it a try, it certainly worked for me, and it continues to work. And it's not like I have to have treatments all the time. It's once every 6 or 7 months now to maintain where I want to be.
I met Elena, which is a healer, about 4 or 5 years ago. I had been going through some difficulty. I lost my mother, so I was grieving, and my energy was down. I was cold physically, going through some difficult period. So I work with hair, and I have a client that was not very happy, and he looked kind of sick some of the time. And one day he came to me, and he had this wonderful light around him. It was energy, bright energy. And so I asked him, where did you go? Where were you today? And so he told me, and I said, I want her address because I need to go to her. I felt that she would help me. It was some kind of pull. So I got her address, and I went there. And when I arrived there, she looked like a child. Her eyes were so pure, and like an angel. And I felt this warmth coming from her. I needed warmth. I needed lots of warmth. And so she explained to me what the treatment was about, and that she would not touch me. All she would do is some kind of healing with music that would take 7 days initially, and then we would take it from there. And so I decided to do it because I felt a connection with her, and I also felt something. So I did it, and as I was doing it, you feel different things, you know, like whatever is not right with you comes out of your system. And you drink water too. She tells you to bring water, just regular bottled water, and you drink lots of this water. And slowly, it was a depression that I was in, and slowly I began to improve. And happier. I started to laugh again. This was very important because I like to laugh, and I was no longer laughing for 3 or 4 years. And I started to meet other people, go out more, and I started to become stronger and healthier, wanting to live again, wanting to live in the way that I was living prior to all these difficulties. So I started to share her. I shared her with my daughter, I shared it with my son and friends, and most of them have gone to her and have seen an improvement. Their spirit and also their body. I cannot thank her enough for helping me.
Hello, my name is Elena Orlova. The aim of my work is to help you feel better. For best results, follow the following schedule. Taking just a few short minutes from your busy day here with me is the first step on your path to healing. Use this short sequence once a day for at least 7 days in a row. Take a break of about 20 to 30 days before repeating the 7-day viewing cycle. Feel free to view the tape prior to important events such as meetings, job interviews, doctor's appointments, difficult family gatherings, sport competitions, in a word, every time you are in need of supportive reassurance.
I met Elena 2 years ago when I was going through a lot of emotional distress. She was a great person, although I was pretty leery about it at the beginning and didn't know if this was going to work, but I felt that I should give it a try. It wasn't very easy. After the 3rd day, I was a little bit confused, but she gave me assurance and let me go through the 7 days period. And I noticed that all the niches that I had from my childhood that the therapist took about 1.5 years and couldn't help, she automatically opened them up. I don't know how, but I see through past couple of years that these niches are gone, and I feel more free to live my life and try new experiences. I went abroad, and from there, she was a friend already. I constantly contacted her by phone. She was very helpful. I was shocked at how she can reach you through a phone. She's a great friend now. I really appreciate that God has given me this opportunity to meet a wonderful angel like she is, and I recommend her to everyone. When I returned from abroad, looking for a new job, a place, after my father has passed away, who was the closest person to me, the love of my life, I had lost him. Again, she was there. Her video specifically helped me very much. I constantly watch it before my interviews, and no matter who says what, I meditate and make up my mind on my own with her meditation help. She has reached me through transatlantic. She has reached me through the TV screen. She has reached me in person, and I'm blessed to not only have a professional help, but also a good friend, that there is a higher power, and belief helps us win in this world. Thank you.
I was very surprised that there is such a treatment, and it really helped. It was very peaceful, very quiet, and I felt a warmth when she was concentrating on my injured part. I also have found that occasionally I could call her on the telephone when I had some problems. I had some problems with my bones. They were aching, my hips, and my stomach. I have a very sensitive digestive area, and occasionally even my heart. It was so helpful that I recommended it to my daughter, who has asthma, and she helped her. And she also helped us during some of these problems when I called her on the telephone, and I just relaxed for 10-15 minutes, and she concentrated on me even though I hung up. There was no connection on the telephone anymore. I also took her over to a friend of mine in Berkeley who had a very bad back injury, and she was helpful with that.
I got the wonderful opportunity to get to experience Elena Orlova's tape, and I was very much amazed at how it changed my life, in that it helped release me of the emotional madness and the physical weight, and lifting my spirits to the point of changing my life in a better way. And I'm very excited and happy to know her and her work, and very much encourage anyone who needs to be set free of any sort of bonds to check out her tape. It's life-altering and a positive effect. I've gone through psychology, self-help books, and the only things that have helped me are hypnotherapy and Elena's tape.
Being in treatment is a very magical experience. She brings a lot of warmth and joy and positive energy. It's a joy to be around her. The treatments themselves are very brightening, lightening experiences. She also has treated me on the telephone when I had trouble with a leg, and that works too. So she doesn't actually have to be present once she knows you. She can deal with things on the telephone. It's an amazing talent and ability that she has. I've never experienced anything like it myself. She just has a healing energy that is really quite wonderful. It works in groups. She does group work. Everybody benefits. Myself, I've had individual treatments, which were very wonderful, and the group treatments, which was also equally wonderful. She's really a joy to be around. I can recommend her wholeheartedly. She's like magic.
It's kind of amazing. She does things by telephone. That time I had a bad cold, and my headache is really big, this much big, and I couldn't stand myself, and I don't like to take medicine. And I asked my friend, and she said, why don't you call the friend of her? And as soon as I called, and I had some strange feeling I have never had before in my life. But after that, 10 minutes later, hung up the telephone, and I think she gave me some energy. I laid on the bed. I felt like my body goes like electricity comes from somewhere through my body. And then I went to bed and woke up in the next morning. I felt really good. If somebody asks me how she does I have no idea, but it works. That's all I can say. So if you guys have some problem with your health, check it out. It worked for you.
My name is Mark, and I've known Elena for 4 or 5 years. I first met her through my wife, and she's helped me on several occasions with illnesses that I've had. She used over-the-phone therapy, and when I first needed her, I had a stomach problem and like a flu or something, and after one treatment it was pretty much gone, and I couldn't believe it. And then over the years, on different occasions, I had like back pain. I'm a construction worker, and I had pain in my back, like, you know, due to the work thing. And I called Elena up, and over the phone she used her work to help me get rid of that pain. I highly recommend her. She's a good psychotherapist, teletherapist, and I would go with her if I had anything wrong with me again.
I was alcoholic for a while, and I damaged my liver, and I had stopped drinking back in 93, 92, but I had already damaged my liver, 10% cirrhosis, the doctor said. And my blood count, the enzyme, SGOT, that's the main thing, number they go by, was up to around 1300 level. And like 4 months after she started working on my liver, it dropped down to 69. And the doctors thought it was a mistake. They did the blood test, and they asked me what I was doing, you know, what I was taking, and I said nothing except for going to see Elena, and they didn't comment on it, all except for one old guy, and he told me to continue to see her. You know, he told me that on the side. He waited for them to leave, the rest of the doctors to leave when he told me that. It seemed like there was a little, I don't know, jealousy or something, but no, I don't know what it is. But alternative medicine works.
Elena treated several members of my family. This is one of them. This is my dog, Shayna. She had once upset stomach, and Elena said, oh, no problem. In Hungary, I treated lots of dogs, and especially horses. So dog is not a problem for me. I can take care of her. And she did. And all her stomach problems, Shayna's stomach problems, were gone, and she was, you know, she was happy again. She was healthy again. And then the most miraculous thing happened. I got pregnant with my second child, and my pregnancy was normal, and there were no complications. Everything was fine. And finally, it was my 8th month, almost 9 months, and it was time for one of the last checks with my doctor before delivering of the baby. And I came for my checkup, and the doctor got really kind of worried. He got a worried look on his face, and I said, what's wrong? And he said, the baby's breech. And I said, what's that? And he said, the baby turned inside your womb. The baby is now with his feet down instead of his head down. And I said, what does it mean? And he said, that means we have to do something about it. You have to go to the hospital and have a procedure done, which is called version, which is when the doctor is manually changing the position of the baby. So it's very painful, and it does not have 100% success guarantee. So, but I had no choice, so I went to the hospital the next morning. But before I did, I called Elena, and I was in tears, and I said, what will I do? And she said, don't worry, the baby will turn by itself. I said, no, it won't happen. I have to go to the hospital. They'll do this thing, and I don't know what will happen then. She said, don't worry, the baby will turn. So my husband brought me to the hospital. They put me on the table. They were all ready to start. Before that, they decided to do the ultrasound check, and the baby was in a normal position. And I thought, it's coincidence. Things happen. But I still called Elena and said, thank you very much. But deep inside, I thought it's just a coincidence. In a week's time, I went to see my doctor again, and again he said, the baby's breech again. And he said, the next morning you should be admitted to the hospital to do the version procedure. And again I called Elena, and again she said, don't worry, the baby will turn. And again they did the ultrasound, and again they said, go home, the baby is in a normal position. And then it happened the third time. And it can't happen 3 times by itself. I strongly believe that Elena did that. In fact, when I talked to her, when it happened the third time, I felt a very sharp pain inside me when she was talking to me, when she said the baby will turn. And I think at that moment, the baby did turn. I'm very, very grateful to Elena, and I think she's a wonderful, wonderful person, a wonderful healer, and I wish a lot more people know about her and come to her, go to her, and get treatment and be healthy and happy.
I got the phone and Elena told me to close my eyes and lay down for 15 minutes. So I went to the couch and I lay down and closed my eyes and told my mom to tell me when 15 minutes was passed. When 15 minutes passed, I was feeling a lot better and I was very happy. And when my mom checked my temperature, she said that it was a lot lower and then it was almost normal.
I saw it one time. The next time I decided to see it. I saw it next time. And I continue to watch this tape because it discovered peace in myself and attachment to the nature which we lost running after our goals. Thank you, Elena.
I've been experiencing my back pains for at least 6 years, and sometimes they would get so severe that I wasn't able to walk, and I really had trouble sleeping. When viewing the tape, I don't really feel any physical sensations. What I feel is just kind of feel relaxed and calm, and but I do feel much better in about 2 days after the viewing sessions. And in about a week, my back gets so much better so I can kind of walk without any physical pains or any trouble. And if I do get my pains back after a little while, all I need to do is just watch the tape one more time and it will get much more better. I just want to add that I've seen so many different doctors, including chiropractors and orthopedic surgeons, and I've been recommended to do different things such as physical therapy. Nothing ever really helped me, and more than that, none of the doctors was able to tell me what was going on with my back. And Elena's healing really, really helped me, and I think she did wonders for my back.
Watching the tape has helped me a lot to gain back the energy that I spent while painting. Oftentimes, I was getting severe headaches and had troubles with my eyes. It was very hard to concentrate. Watching the tape helped me learn to relax and be more confident with my work.
I love this tape because it gives me a lot of energy. I take it everywhere I go. And I love it because it helps me to maintain my healthy living.
It's a very difficult thing to sort of explain to your friends that are used to conventional medicine what you should be, you know, that they tell you that you should be going to a doctor and, you know, having insulin, this, that, and the other thing, and you should be going through all these battery of tests. But, you know, there's certain things that you can't fake, and one of them is blood counts. And if, you know, there's quantifiable results, and the quantifiable results were, you know, staggering in how quickly she was able to achieve them, you know, particularly since it was done non-invasively and without drugs. And I don't believe in that kind of stuff, but, you know, there it is, and my doctor can't explain it either. So it's not hocus pocus. It works. That's all there is to it.